Hi, and welcome back. My name is Kayla Ann, and I am author of Well of Dreams, and I am here to help you run a successful Kickstarter. Today, I want to talk about one of the most important elements of your basics page. It's near the bottom, and it's pretty small. You might even miss it if you're not thinking it through, and that is your funding goal. Your campaign's funding goal is set by you. You get to decide how much money you need to raise before you consider your campaign successful. But here's the thing that you need to know. If you don't hit that funding goal at the end of your campaign, at the end of however many days that you set, you don't get to keep any of the money and no backers are charged. Meaning, let's say that you set a $10,000 funding goal because that's really what you would like to receive, and you get $9,999. Well, you didn't get 10,000. So none of those backers are going to be charged and the campaign is going to basically fall flat. It's unsuccessful. You don't get any of the money and none of your backers get any of their merchandise. So this is why it's important to think through your funding goal. This is not like, oh, I really want to raise $6,000. That'd be so nice. No. The funding goal is at a base minimum. How much do you have to raise before you are able and willing to fulfill your end of the Kickstarter campaign? With that in mind, you want to set your funding goal low as possible where it still makes sense. On that Facebook group that I'm always promoting, it's called Kickstarter for Authors, ran by Anthena Sharp. Anthena says, consider your funding goal as if it were a floor and not the ceiling. Meaning your funding goal is just what is the base foundation that you have to hit, while ideally you're going to be using other tactics to drive that funding amount up to a higher ceiling of what you would actually like to make from your campaign. So if this is your first Kickstarter, then you're probably going to want to keep your funding goal lower, more toward like that 500 range, which is the standard for a first-time book on Kickstarter. Maybe toward 1,000 if you absolutely have to. But also keep in mind that you're only going to keep about 30% profit of what you make. So if you raise $1,000 or if you fund at $1,000, you're probably only going to profit about 300 of that because you have to pay for the books and the shipping and the swag. So keep those things in mind as you're making your reward tiers, which we talked about a couple of videos back. Now, of course, on the other side of this, you do not want to set your funding goal for $1 or $10 or something silly like that because most likely Kickstarter is not going to like you for doing that. So 500 is a safe, lower place to start. Also, because of that 500 funding goal, and maybe because it's your first time running a Kickstarter, you also want to set your expectations a little bit lower and make sure that you are looking for something like a print on demand instead of a print run. A print run is going to be more of your specialty printers where you have to order 100 books or 200 books or 500 books before they'll accept your order, whereas print on demand is you could order 1 book, 23 books, 17 books, 52 books, whatever it is that you need to fulfill your campaign. I hope today's video helped you in determining how to set your funding goal. You are now one step closer to running your own successful Kickstarter. If you liked today's video, could you like, save, or share? And I would really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Oh, and if you have any questions, make sure to put them in the comments below.